Welcome everyone to Sassy Sisters Real Talk. Real people, real lives, real talk. And we're so excited about our first show. My name is Denise Bethay, along with my sister, Robin Reeves. And our first guest here is Nicole Sky. And we have Nicole. And we also have Kenny Cass Flanagan.
What? What's up? We gonna wake up, right? Cause I need y'all to wake me up.
That's right. So we are going to get started with this Sassy Sisters Real Talk.
Yes.
And our theme for today is what, sis? You want to tell them about it?
Well, again, welcome to Sassy Sisters Real Talk. Don't be coming on here faking. Real recognizes real. Today we're going to talk about new beginnings. Since spring just started, we're going to talk about new beginnings, fashion, new things, to everything that is a season. So with that, let's just get it started with fashion.
Fashion, absolutely.
Yes.
And before we go to fashion, I want to say, you can have a new start anytime. Your new start, your new beginning can be anytime. It doesn't have to be January. It can be whenever you say, this is my new beginning. And with that being said, we have Kenny Cass Flanagan. Y'all know Kenny.
You said my whole government name.
Yeah. And I'm excited to have Kenny here today. Kenny has been on Fox 5, I understand, several times.
Well, I'm a regular now.
I know.
Yeah.
That's a regular?
Yeah, I'm a regular now.
Okay.
Hey, God is good. Let's give a hand clap for God. Yeah.
So Kenny, tell us, what is the latest and the greatest in fashion?
I mean,
What you doing?
people always ask, "Oh, you want to know what I'm doing, or just what about fashion?"
I want to know what you're doing first of all,
Well-
and then you can tell us all about fashion.
First, I'm working on a new collection, which that puts me in the dungeon. When I'm working, I disappear. But also too, it's wedding season, it's prom season, so I'm doing a lot of proms right now and a lot of weddings right now, and just got a lot of things I'm doing. Virginia Beach Fashion Week, which is coming up in April.
Wow, that sounds exciting.
I just got back not too long ago from London. I was out there taking care of some business. A lot of people may know or may not know, but I used to live with an understudy under Yves Saint Laurent. That was my mentor.
Really?
Yeah. So I was the first African American male couture designer in Saks Fifth Avenue. Yeah.
Big ups for that.
So because of him, we're doing a capsule line. So I'll be in Milan for a couple of months preparing for that, doing that in homage of him, because without him, he taught me a lot.
Really?
He taught me a
a
lot.
lot under him.
And then I also I ghost design for Zara, YSL, and I used to ghost design for Gucci and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
But-
gonna have to get with you so you can design something for myself.
Hey, let's do it. For me, and you know this about me.
Rob.
I'm not that type of person that like go out here and start boasting about stuff. So I'm
That's
very
good.
humble.
That's awesome.
So that's probably why a lot of people don't know a lot of the background stuff that I do.
That's why I want you to tell us about it. Absolutely.
Well, but sometimes some of them don't even deserve to understand or know what your background is.
Well, I always tell people I'm a gift, and everybody can't open up this package.
I like that.
You know what
I
I
really
mean?
like that.
I'm a gift.
You
I'm
know
a
what I'm
gift
saying? That's how I've
Absolutely
said.
correct.
Yeah.
And our other, come on in, Satoria. Come
Oh,
on.
y'all
No,
gangster.
no,
Y'all just be like, hey, just come on in here, man.
I mean,
Let me
it's
slide
a
over,
live
man.
show, right?
Look. I like this show. They straight gangster with this,
Yeah, we
man.
gotta keep it real.
Like, you here? Get on this show,
Don't be
goddaggit.
coming on here faking. Keep it
Yeah,
real.
I love it. But I appreciate. Come on, baby.
Yeah, come on in.
Come on in here with your Biggie and Easy E
We'll
shirt
get
and
to
stuff on. Yeah.
So Kenny, finish telling us.
But no. So for me, like I always tell people, I'm self-taught designer. I never went to school for fashion, so it was all self-taught. But I did get a lot of influence from my mother. My mother was a stylist, and I found out later that my mother used to dress Lionel Richie and the Commodores and all of that stuff. So I got it.
So it's in the blood.
Yeah, I got it. I
It's
got
inherited.
it faithfully. Yeah, absolutely. And my grandmother and them. So I went back. I went to school watching them wearing the big hats to church You know, my grandmother did not even go to the grocery store without looking good.
I know that's
You know?
right. I love fashion,
Yeah.
so I'm very.
Well, can I
intrigued by all
interrupt you
of
right there?
this.
Because I just want
Go
to
ahead.
say,
Uh-oh.
first of all, Kenny is straight out of D.C., straight out of Uptown, and I'm so proud to know him.
Represent DMV.
It is an
And
honor.
y'all know.
It's an honor to know. Every
Hey, DC,
time-
stand up, baby.
Yeah.
Coolest coach, baby.
It's all about promoting
Yeah.
DC.
Nah,
That's right.
absolutely. And I think that's why I'm so like passionate because, like she said, I'm from DC and I'm also from Harlem.
Say
but
that.
DC,
New York.
but yeah, I'm
Okay.
New York. I'm a Harlem
New
cat
York.
all day. Yeah.
Harlem.
But like she said, DC has given me mad love, and that's my home. Like those my peoples in Uptown, and it's so crazy when people find out that I lived in DC. The amount of work that I do and the people that I work with, because you know I dress a lot of people. I've done a lot of movies. Like I did The Wire for 4 years.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I was part of The Wire. I work with oh my God, I'm having a brain fart. Y'all excuse me, y'all. But I work with a lot of people. I work with Keisha Coles. I was on tour with her.
Love Keisha
I'm on
Cole.
tour right now with
That's
Mint
awesome.
Condition and Stokely. I've done a lot, and I thank God every day. So now my path is kind of taking the left to whereas now I'm speaking to people. I'm teaching my youth because we're the biggest consumers in fashion.
Talk about
Not only are we consumers, we're the biggest style projectors in fashion.
Yes, we are.
You know, and because of that, I feel like we need to understand and know where fashion comes from and how it's made. Like, just don't wear it. It's a prime example, Gucci. I love Gucci, man. They've treated me well, but I know the steps that they take, and that was planned. It wasn't unplanned, it was planned.
Okay.
Because I know
Educate.
the steps that it takes with these mainstreams of what you have to do. And then me being a ghost designer for them, before my stuff was even approved, it went through several different people. So I already know that this was a marketing scheme. This was not nothing, oh, I made a mistake or anything. Like, that was planned. What people have to understand when you start dealing with these major billion-dollar companies, they'll do a shock and awe. It happens every single time. This is not the first time that it happened, and it won't be the last time that it happened. And I'm saying all that to say, stop giving the black businesses such a hard time. You
say
understand? And stick in there just like you stick in there with the Gucci's, the Dolce Cabbanas, and all of that stuff. Like if they do, they're not going to give you the customer service that we may give you, but you still go back.
Exactly.
Don't compromise my prices because you don't compromise their prices. You understand what I'm saying? I'm tired of dealing with these
This real
rich-minded.
talk, y'all. Come on.
I'm tired of dealing with these rich-minded people with cheap pockets.
Say
You
it.
feel me? They got great ambition and they want to do all this other stuff, but yet their pockets don't match. But then you want to sit there and negotiate my prices.
I understand that.
Nah, my prices is non-negotiable. I'm a street nigga, and I just you understand. let's get it right.
just
If my
as good
coins is short, it's gonna be a problem on the block.
Right.
You feel me?
No, this is great.
So let
Go
me
ahead.
ask you this, if you don't
No, go
mind.
ahead.
I know I'm not the host, but let me ask you this. I'm a plus size woman. Plus size industry is booming right now. What are you going to offer to us?
I mean, I do custom, so it's anything.
And I love
So you need a model.
Oh, you tried to come at me, but nah.
No, I didn't come at you.
He's a fashion designer.
It's all good though.
But you need a model.
Nah. So my mother was a full-figured woman.
Yes,
My grandmother
full-figured.
was a full-figured. So if I didn't do anything for full-figured women, I don't like to call y'all plus sizes. I call y'all a lot of loving. You know.
Yes,
you know
a
what
lot
I'm
of
saying?
love. You got to be able to handle that loving. Yes.
Y'all know my mom.
Yeah.
Big extra large is still good looking. The
Yeah.
love is in the house.
Okay, Heavy D.
Look, a good fashion designer can just what Kenny said can design for anybody.
Yeah, and
Really
that's what
believe
Yves Saint
that.
Laurent had taught me. So
Yes.
a lot of people don't even know this. Yves Saint Laurent was the first European designer to have African American women on the runway. When we were at his showroom,
know that.
when we were at his showroom, his fit models, he had 10 fit models and 8 of them were African American. He said African American women have the best curved shapes than any woman on the planet. Which I
love
agree.
that. I agree.
I agree. Because
I agree with
my
that.
my thing is this, and I want you all to understand this, and when I say you all, I'm talking about my people.
Right.
Understand this. stop being bullied on television when it comes to fashion.
That's
Bullying.
good.
Explain what you mean.
Explain that.
So what I
yes.
mean is they constantly put stuff in your face and beat you with it, and you feel like you gotta have it. No, you don't. Know your shape, know who you are, and be who you are.
I love that.
That's
Say
it.
that.
You understand?
I'm all about knowing your
Yeah,
worth.
right.
Now, you
I
kind
know
of like got
about
my
that.
attention on something when you were talking about the
And
curvy
this is
community.
Satori speaking.
Yeah, I'm a curvy model, so we curvy.
Right.
You know, we're not
And-
full figure.
y'all
We-
not full
you know,
figured, right.
Not anymore, like
Nah.
you said before. But my question is, because I came in on the kind of tail end of your interview, so I am not very knowledgeable on all the things that you do. But what I've heard so far, that you have some phenomenal accomplishments,
I appreciate that.
I want to congratulate you on that. But also for the curvy community, are you planning on really doing an entire line?
So I've been working 2 years right now on this line because I just don't want to come out with just anything. I don't want to be like, oh, stretch fabric and then she can stretch in it and it fits all sizes. I want you all to feel sexy.
Yes.
You understand? Because that's the difference of why a lot of more curvy models or women, that's why they are very reluctant about, embracing themselves and their curves, because there's not a lot of options out there for you to show your sexiness and to really be who you are. I mean, clothes don't make you. You
We're
make the
definitely
clothes.
embracing ourselves now.
Yeah, but
I mean,
that-
we were embracing ourselves before the movement. It's like you guys are now paying attention to how we are embracing ourselves.
Well, I mean, you know what? I'll say this. Mainstream, they are paying attention.
But that's what I'm talking about. Mainstream.
Yeah.
We've been okay.
Yeah.
Y'all just getting on board, but we've always.
Well,
been
not
good.
me. I've always been on board, because
So,
if you meet my aunts,
but
trust
now-
me, I've been on board.
So now, I appreciate, the designers who have, continued to, service the curvy community, because it's definitely something that's hot right now, and I want people to do it not because it's hot, it's because we're people.
Right.
That's right. I
And
would
that's-
like to add
So
to that.
that's where I was going through with that. I'm like, I don't want to do it because it's hot right now to do curvy sisters or even larger men. I don't want to do it because of that. I want to do it because fashion is self-expression.
Yes.
And no matter what size you are, you should be able to go in the store and find hot stuff, not
That's
just settle for something.
Right.
You
That's
feel me?
absolutely
Because I feel
correct.
like that's what a lot of the curvy women and men are doing. They're settling because they're like, I'll put this out here because this is good as I can do. No, let's be fashionable. And how do you get fashionable? By really understanding what you all want. What's the market about? You understand? And that's what I feel like is key. That's what I love about Yves Saint Laurent.
So Kenny, to sum this up, could you tell us what is your latest latest fashions that you're putting out for spring, and then we're going to go to a break.
Sure.
We're gonna close
So
out.
my
And what would you say to upcoming fashion designers to help them?
So
But
what I-
before
wanna
you
go to
before
break
you
on that,
before you
but
do
go
that, I
ahead,
just
add
like
to
to add. He made me feel so sexy and beautiful. My daughter got married a couple of years ago, and he designed my gown. And he
that.
talked to me and said, "Well," and as I talked, he drew what. And
That's
I
what
was
a
in
good
awe.
designer does.
I was in awe. And I said, when I'm finished losing the weight that I desire, he's going to do my reveal party for my gown. So I'm
told me
excited.
about that.
But it
No,
just
I appreciate
talking
that.
to him, he made me so excited that at one point, I never even imagined, because I had to go in the store, you got to look, this and that. He designed the gown according to what I was saying out of my mouth. And as I spoke, he
And,
did that.
and then even
Yes.
going in the
And-
stores, when you go to get a gown, you got to get it altered to fit, because I'm large here and large back here. So, and then, I have to go get it altered to fit my body perfectly. But if he's doing it, I ain't never had your gown yet, but we gonna get there. Oh, I will.
And let me add this, because I've had quite a few things custom made for me in the church realm. We have some wonderful they call themselves handmaidens, because they design just through visual and spiritual insight the design for their clients. And so I'm saying all that to say that a fashion designer, a good fashion designer, can customize. And it's nothing like having something customized and tailored to your
Absolutely.
own body. So Kenny, sum this up for us. We're going to go to a break, and then we're going to come back and talk about some more things with our other guests.
So I'm gonna say this to your guests real quick, and then it'll segue into what I want to say. I always tell designers this because this is where they fail. Take your time to be great so that you can be remembered.
I like that.
Because a lot of times people want to rush and put it out there, and then when it's out there, they risk the fact that people saying I don't like it or it doesn't fit right or anything. Learn your craft. Like stop rushing to be known and take your time to be remembered.
Boy, you just spoke a word just now.
Did that drop
You know what I
good?
mean?
That speaks
Did that drop
volume.
good?
That
Honey, that's
speaks
how she
Say
volume.
that again. Say that again, Candy.
Stop rushing to be known and take your time to be remembered.
Oh my goodness.
Take your time.
You know,
I could shout
and then
on
I
that.
just end it like this. For me, I'm like I said, I'm getting ready to do a new collection, and then I'm getting ready for my seminar, and you
Tell
know,
them where they can find you. Email
so you can
and so
come to
forth.
me at Cass on Instagram. It's Cass KAS Lifestyle and Kenny Cass _custom, and my website is kennycass.com. And man, I appreciate you guys having me here.
Thank
I pray
you
that
so
God bless
much.
y'all with many, 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 many more. Let me come back when y'all get to your 100th episode.
Okay, we
God.
We
definitely
speaking
gonna
that
call
into
you back.
existence right
Thank
now.
you. Thank
Yeah,
you so
absolutely.
much,
Thank you so
Kenny,
much.
for
I
coming.
appreciate y'all.
And we'll be
Love you,
right
Kenny.
back.
Love
We'll
you.
be right back. So welcome back to Sassy Sisters Real Talk. And now we're going to keep the show moving, y'all. We want to introduce now to you our sister here is going to tell us all about what she got going on. Her name is Nicole Scott.
Yes, ma'am.
And I just want to say I want to feature her and speak to her. She's going to tell us all about her book.
Yes.
Okay, and I'm going to let her tell
so
you
much
about
more.
this awesome book.
Yes,
so,
ma'am.
Nicole, tell us about your book.
Okay, so in 2017,
let's show it to 'em.
let's
Let's
show
show
you my
it to
book.
'em.
Which camera do I put it on? There you go.
Right here.
Can you see it?
There it is.
There you go. My little fat fingers. Look at them. They cute though. In 2017, I had moved to North Carolina. I left my kids up here with their dad so I could move down. And I went to church one day, to John P. Key's church. Mm-hmm. And in that message came my book. It made me... So the book is called Not Built to Break, I Am Free.
I love that title.
Thank you so much. And it's about the sexual abuse and the mental abuse that I went through growing up from the age of 6 to 15. So my entire childhood, you might as well say, I was molested, I was raped, I was abused.
You're helping somebody right now. I know.
I hope so. That was the point of me releasing what I had to write about in my book. Was to help me, but also to help other people who have gone through what I've gone through. So one day I just started writing, and it took me a week to write the book. Not even a week. I wrote the book, and I let it go. I forgave people who did what they did to me. I didn't name anybody in the book, and the reason I did not call people out and name them in the book is because I felt like if I did that, then I wasn't truly healed. And that's my own personal opinion. I don't have to blast them or hurt them. They know who they are.
Absolutely.
So I don't have to expose them. So I wrote the book in 2017. And yeah.
You know what? I love the cover because, well, the title itself, and I'm an author myself, but the title itself speaks volumes. Saying not built to break, I am free.
Absolutely.
So in this book, I'm sure you got to release and write all the things that you went through. But what's intriguing me right now is your cover where it reminds me of, and you correct me if this is not right, if you see the picture here on her book, three pictures of you saying, see no evil,
ma'am.
hear no evil,
yes, ma'am.
speak no evil. Speak about, can you tell us about that
So,
as it relates to your book?
The reason that
you chose that.
The reason that I chose it is because people don't want to hear it. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to hear the bad things that somebody has done to you, whether it's a family member, a pastor of a church, I don't care what it is. They don't want to hear about it. They don't want to talk about it. You keep that between us. Anything that happens in this house stays in this house. No, ma'am. Not if it's hurting me. I'm not shutting up anymore.
That's real talk.
And then they act like they don't want to see it. They don't want to see what has happened to you. They want you to forget it. And so that's what happened to me. And in my book, so I don't know if you all know India Richardson. She owns Womb Therapy Indeed. She's the Yanni Fairy. And I don't know what any other people's beliefs are, but with me, when I went and got, they're called vaginal steams or Yanni steams, whatever you want to call them. And for me, it was a spiritual release of letting those people out of me, letting those people out of my life, letting the hurt and the pain go in the water that was used to steam the area. Her company is awesome. And spiritually, she helps you let those things go. I also started to go to therapy. And in black families, you go to therapy, you're looked at as being weak. I looked at it as you're weak if you're going to continue to deal with this and not get the help for it.
Correct.
Absolutely.
So I went and got help for it. I've been going to my therapist now for almost 6 years. And I also had a couple other spiritual advisors. They helped me along the way, mentally. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sis. You
So I
have a
want to ask you a
question?
question.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
since our very first show is based on new beginnings and in your healing process, can you share with us some of the things that you're doing in your new beginnings? Some
Yes,
of these
I
amazing
can.
things that you're doing.
Yes, ma'am. So in 2017, after I released and I let go, that was part of my new beginning. I was in the Big Beautiful Women's Pageant in Philadelphia with Dave Wilkes. I did that. It was my first pageant ever. I've never done a pageant because I was so self-conscious about how I look, about my shape. I was always teased. And, as I picked up more weight. But I gave birth to 8 children. Okay. My body is not going to be my 17-year-old body.
Absolutely.
And even then I had children.
Who you are now.
Absolutely. Every role, every stretch mark, every blemish, it's mine.
Tell them, sis.
Wait. Did you say you gave birth to 8 kids?
She don't even look like she gave birth to 8 kids for real.
I did.
Wow.
I gave birth to 8 children. I had my first one at the age
Queen,
of 14.
you're a blessing, man.
Yeah. Tell my kids that. I gave birth to my first child at 17. I had my last one at the age I lied. 14, not 17. I had my second at 17. I had my last one at the age of 30, and I got my tubes tied. So ain't no more coming out of here. Yes, high five.
Because I'm a mother of 10.
Yes.
I am.
No more is coming out of
What?
here.
Yeah, she don't look like she have 10, and this the baby.
What?
She has outdone all her siblings.
Wait a minute. I've known you for how long?
God's been good
I've
to
known
me.
you for how long? I never knew this.
You did? Wow.
What?
Yeah, my baby sister has 10 children.
You know me since high
She don't look like she
Yes.
has 10.
And God's
What?
been good to
Since
me.
high school, yeah.
So
Amen.
I can-
We pushing them out.
God.
So tell us, finish telling
okay,
us
so
about
last
this
year-
new beginning.
I'm sorry, y'all.
No,
I'm
it's okay.
I apologize.
Okay,
You see why I need you to do my
Yeah,
reveal?
good
Yes.
Lord.
You know,
Yes.
I'm
Amen.
We're going to celebrate too, y'all. And I'm going to be
Yes.
right there to celebrate with her.
So last year I did the Miss Full Figure DMV pageant.
Oh, that's awesome.
I didn't know they had that.
Oh,
You
honey,
didn't?
you got to
Uh-oh.
get Miss Lorraine Coleman Ross is the director of the DMV division.
We need to talk to her. I want
yes.
to bring her on the show.
Absolutely, she's
So if
in,
you're listening, we want to bring you on this show.
I'm not sure if she is. She's on vacation with her husband.
Okay.
But Teresa Randolph is the CEO and founder of the Miss Full Figure. What do you call it? The Miss Full Figure.
Fashion
Pageant?
design,
The pageant, the
Okay.
head that started.
Okay.
But Miss Lorraine Coleman Ross is the founder of the DMV division.
I wanna talk
So
to
I
her.
did it with her last year, and Robin recommended you. But a hard
I did.
head to
Yes,
make
I
a soft
did.
behind. You hear me?
I did.
She
Well,
did,
well.
and
Real,
I
I
went with
did.
somebody else, and I was a little disappointed. But
Mm-hmm.
you know,
You
it
It's
should
is.
all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
It is
man.
what it is.
That's all right. We gonna
Timing
hook up with
timing
Cass.
is everything.
Absolutely,
so it's all
it
good.
is what it is.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I didn't place. I did nothing, and now I look at it as you didn't win, you didn't place because you didn't work hard enough for it. You didn't do what you were supposed to do. So I came back.
Oh,
So
come
I'm
back.
I'm also a delegate in the 2019 Miss DMV pageant.
All right now.
What else do I got going on here?
And that's coming up when?
That is the pageant. The press party is August 23rd.
Okay, that's the summer.
Yes, August,
Awesome.
and the pageant is
Exciting.
August 24th. Yes, so I'm doing a lot of fundraisers. I'm actually putting together a ride out with bikers to, and what I call it is transforming the stigma into strength.
I like
Surrounding mental health, because mental health is my platform. I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder in 2013. Of course, I didn't want to accept that because black people, we don't do that. We're not allowed to.
See,
You
but
know-
you helping, and you know what, you said this, and one thing about our culture is that we have to realize that in order to heal, we have to acknowledge.
Absolutely.
We can't sweep stuff under the carpet. I
'Cause it's
know
still there.
in seminary we're taught that anything that you put under the carpet is going to remain under the carpet. You will never heal from it. So I'm
Absolutely.
just loving the transparency that's coming from you and the truth that you're speaking about all that you have gone through.
Because
It's beautiful.
if you don't get help that you need, you ruin every relationship. My relationship with my children, I am repairing. I mean, I was 14 when I had them. 14 when I had my first one. She's now 24 and she has 2 kids of her own. If I don't break the cycle, who else
I
is
like
going to
that
do
you
it?
said that.
Break
Did y'all
the
hear what
cycle.
she said? Breaking cycles.
Yes.
And family, we got to break cycles. We have to break generational curses. You know
Absolutely.
what? You don't have to continue a negative thing or a dysfunction that's in the family. All
beginnings,
families
new
have some
opportunities.
sort of dysfunction, but you know what? You can resolve and say, guess what? it stops here. I
Right.
love that you said
Right,
that.
and, so, and that's
I
what
love
I said.
that you said that.
I had to look at myself. I was damaging my marriage. You know, I was damaging myself by not receiving the healing and the treatment and things that I needed. And now I can go and help. Do I still have things I need to work on? Absolutely. Every day
As
is a
we
work
all
in
do.
progress. I've tried to commit suicide. I have suicidal thoughts I fight every day. Every day.
And suicide is real. I'm glad you brought that up
Absolutely.
because you're speaking truth to power about that.
Yes.
Suicide is real. And, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to have a mental disorder to have a suicidal thought.
Right.
You can just go through a crisis. You could just go through something that can set you off and give you a suicide thought or pattern.
Most people who commit suicide or attempt suicide don't want to die. They want
believe
the
that.
voices to stop. They
Right.
want the pain to stop. They want
That's
the
true.
hurt to stop. So I have dedicated, even though I go, like
Talking
yesterday,
about new
I had
beginnings.
yesterday I had an episode. Me and my husband had an issue. I mean, we good now because we're in a better place. But before, had I not been where I am now, I probably would have been in jail. He would have been in jail for knocking me out for trying to fight him. You understand what I'm
I
saying?
do
So
understand that.
That's a question I always ask my listeners or when I'm speaking. It's a big question, and I always ask them, "What are you willing to lose in order to gain?"
yes.
That's good.
Yes, and you have to lose Kurt Franklin has a song,
gain
Before I
something
Die. And before
like that?
I
Yeah,
love
that's
that song.
powerful.
And before I
That's
die,
powerful.
and it doesn't mean physically
Right,
die. It
right.
means you have to die within yourself.
Well, that's what I did. That's why I tell people because
Yes.
people ask me, and I'm like, I had to kill my old me.
Yes.
I would never be the person who I am today if I had stuck in
Come
the
on
same
now.
body that I was
That's
back
right.
then.
You better speak.
It's
I'm gonna throw
growth.
my book at you.
Yeah.
I can
I'm not
relate
It's
to
growth. No, it's just growth. Even as men, even as black men in this world right
Speak
now.
about that.
Like we really need to start taking homage and really understanding and taking a role as cats before us. I remember being out there doing wrong, and older cats were like, "Come on, young blood, you know you really don't even want to go down that path. You really don't want to do that." Right now, the cats my age, and I'm 52. The cats my age right now.
Stop your line.
They don't want to sit. They don't want to get out there and talk to these cats. They're stuck in their own little ways and like they don't want to listen. The only reason why they don't want to listen is because nobody's willing to talk to them. They're raising themselves.
That's key, Cass.
You
I'm
understand?
glad
Because
that you
even
said
the schools are setting them up for jail.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna keep it
Come on
100.
now.
No, keep it 100. This real
School to
You
talk.
prison.
understand? I did 6
Pipeline.
years, so I'm very familiar with what a jail look like.
Okay.
And they're setting them up for jail. If you don't participate in school, what do? They send you down into a holding cell, which is a room down there that is the size of a jail.
That's
Uh-huh.
So it's messed up. They're not teaching them a trade. They're not teaching them anything. They're teaching them how to be an employee, how to work. You understand? They're not teaching them how to have a vision, to
That's
have a
right.
skill set.
They don't
That's
teach you
right.
They're
financial
not teaching them
literacy,
that. They're
none
not
of
teaching them none of that. That's
No.
why they're taking all of the houses that our grandparents live in,
Yes,
our uncles
come
live
on.
in, and they're taking them. I mean, what they're doing is they're buying up these houses. They're sitting there for like 10, 12 years.
Yeah.
They're letting the value of the community go down.
That's
and then
true.
once
That's
you see the
true.
value go down, now you feel like I want to move out and get out. But then when you get out, you don't come back and
You
sow
can't
back
come
into
back.
the
That's
seed
right.
of where you grew up at.
That's
so
true.
then now people come and buy it. Now you wondering why you can't afford to live there because that was the setup.
Yeah.
That was the
Yeah.
setup. Absolutely.
And we fall
That's
into
true.
it every time.
We
That is so
fall for it
true.
every time. That's why I talk to these youths. You know, I talk to them. They really want somebody to talk to them.
They do.
They have so much access, and everything that they see on their phone is not true information. No one wants to be right. They want to be first.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they put out false information.
False
And,
information.
and then they don't care how it affects the person. So then after the person is affected, oh, we're sorry. After further review, it was this, and this.
Yep.
But you done already killed that person's spirit. You done already killed that person's thrive and everything and told people about it because a lot of people don't remember the great in you. They remember the worst in you.
That's true. And people, it's sad to say, Cass, that people will take a negative and run with it
Oh, yeah,
versus
forever.
something that's good. You
I
could
mean,
be
it's like-
doing good.
Yeah, it's like the
and
police.
nobody runs with the good, you know. But do one thing wrong, they'll remember that and they'll blow that up.
But you
so
know what's
we
so
got to
bad?
change
But
that.
you know what's so
when it
bad
comes
about
to
that
the
though?
youth.
You know what's so bad about that? If you do something good, they want you to prove it.
Yes.
They want
That's true.
information.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if
that's
you do
true.
something bad, they don't want no
They don't care.
information.
Yeah,
They don't want you
no.
to prove
Even
that.
Why do you have to
Absolutely.
do it?
Yeah.
Proving yourself over and over and over
Yeah.
with your own people.
Exactly.
But we go out and we trust all other nationalities that don't know nothing about you, don't care nothing about you. They're not going to pray for you. But in your own community, your own family, your own neighborhood, your own churches.
Come on.
You got to keep. Why do I have to keep proving myself?
Listen.
If you desire,
we were designed to be that way.
Always. Go ahead, Cass. I'm going to let Cass
This is figures right here. In the Jewish community, money stays in the Jewish community for 45 days.
Yep.
Okay? In the white community, it stays in the community for 30 days. In the Chinese or Korean community, it stays in the community for 21 days. In the black community, it stays in the community for 6 hours.
And that's a sad affair. Family, we got to do better. I'm speaking to my people, as Cass say, my people, my culture. We have to do better at supporting one another, supporting our black businesses. Come on, supporting one another. If you see your sister or brother doing something, support them. So because of time, we're not going to go to a break. We're going to keep it moving, y'all. This is Sassy Sisters Real Talk, and we're going to move on to our next
Before we move on, let me tell you something real quick.
Okay, go ahead, sis.
I'm also
Real quick.
doing a couple other fundraisers, so I'll give you all the information so you know about that.
Okay.
And I'm doing a mission trip to Haiti for my 40th
that's
birthday.
awesome. Oh, that's
So
awesome.
I'm looking for sponsors if y'all want to sponsor me for the pageant. Or
Okay, tell them real quick where they can contact you.
You can find me on Instagram at I am Nicole Scott. You can find me on Facebook at I am Nicole Scott or Nicole Scott, the 2019 delegate pageant thing. Yeah, that's where you can find me.
All right. Well, I thank you so much, Nicole.
Thank you.
We're definitely going to be bringing you back. And as I said, we're going to move on to our next guest, Satoria. Satoria, I love Satoria. I love all my artists here. But Satoria, come on, tell us what's happening now with you. I know Satoria is an artist. She's a vocal artist. She's doing a lot of different things now. So tell us what's the latest and the greatest, and what all you're doing now.
Okay. Well, the latest and the greatest thing that I'm doing, I just launched a all natural aromatherapy massage candle.
Nice.
And it is
I need
titled
that.
Say My Name, which is the same title of my latest single release, Say My Name. And the video has been circulating. The song has been out there for a while. I'm very happy for it. It won Song of the Year at the Josie Awards in Nashville last year. So I'm very proud of that.
That's what's up. Congratulations.
Thank you.
on that.
That's awesome.
Thank you. So, I wanted to actually demonstrate the candle a little later on in the show. I don't know how much time we really have.
We got 5 minutes. So
For the show period? Wow.
Yes, we took
Okay, so let's just do it like this.
Do you have the candle with you?
I do have the candle with me, but I don't want to eat up the time with that.
Go ahead and tell us more
so,
about-
so what we're gonna do
let's
is I
get that.
did give you guys the commercial. I don't know if you have it, so you can maybe play the commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me tell you about the candle. Let's just do that. It's an all natural, 100% organic candle, and it's a 3-in-1. First of all, it's a great smelling candle. I actually met with an aromatherapist in Philadelphia, and we had been working together. This is a 3-year-long project. Finally, after 3 years. So, it started out just being a nice smelling candle. I wanted something to, to help out with my brand or further my brand. So it ended up being just a great smelling candle to an aromatherapy candle. I wanted to make sure that the oils were 100% natural, organic, essential oils. You have your lavender, your cinnamon. I wanted things that
All the
promote
different fragrances.
I wanted things that promote mental health as far as stress relief.
There it is
and
again, mental health. Okay.
Yeah, stress relief, migraines, essential oils or more natural or holistic healing. Those are better than the prescription drugs and pharmacy and feeding into their business. And I can go on and on about that.
So tell us where they can find
they
you
can find
too,
the
Nicole.
candle is going to be on my website. It's satoria.net, setoria.net. You can we're accepting pre-orders April 1st through the 15th.
Okay.
With the introductory price, I'm going to have 2 sizes, 4 ounce and 6 ounce. But the great thing about this candle, not that it's aromatherapy, provide aromatherapy, and it smells great. But when you burn it down, the wax turns into a massage oil that is it's a good moisturizer for your skin.
Oh, that's
I wanted to make
awesome.
sure that you got your shea butters, your cocoa butters, your jojoba oil and vitamin E, because I'm really big on skincare. So that was very important to me to have something that is sensual, but it's
Okay.
also healthy
Oh,
and
that's
holistic,
awesome.
and it's a good thing. So I'm really excited about it. But also check out the music too. You
Yes.
can follow me on Facebook. Facebook and Twitter and also
because we get ready
Instagram.
to do our
And that's Setoria, Setoria. The title of the channel is Say My Name. Check out the video that's on YouTube. You know, I have a YouTube channel as well, Setoria the Vocalist. So, you know, that's just a little bit about what I'm doing because I only have 4 minutes.
I know we just went over in dialogue. This was such a great first show.
It's all good.
But Setoria, we're going to bring you back. Kaz, of course, we're going to bring you back. Nicole, we're going to bring you back. And I'm going to my sister Robin for our motivational moment to close out. Come on, sis. Give them something good.
Well, I want to thank you all for
everybody.
coming on the show with us for our very first show of Sassy Sisters Real Talk. And just for a word of encouragement for those out there watching this show, that new beginnings. Yesterday is gone. Say goodbye to yesterday. If you made it into today, wherever you did yesterday that hurt you, that kept you down, that broke your spirit, you have a new opportunity today to get it right. So new beginnings spring forth. New beginning. Say goodbye to yesterday and start your new beginning. Attach yourself to someone who can encourage you, build you up, connect you, do something different. Go for a walk, take a bubble bath, whatever it is that you like that will relax you. But say goodbye to yesterday.
And your new is now. Thank you so much for tuning in to Sassy Sisters Real Talk. Real people, real lives, real talk.
Don't be coming on here faking.
Thank you all.